The globe Earth fraud. Today I'm going to destroy the globe Earth theory, and I'm also going to highlight the two top boys for the globe, the two top representatives online, aren't about truth. Most will know that anyway, but I'm going to spell it out for the newbies who perhaps are on the fence looking at this subject. One, we're going to destroy the globe, and two, we're going to highlight the globe's top boys here, like I said, aren't about truth. If anything, is quite the opposite. First up, we got Scimandan, the globe's top boy. Dan's going to highlight the contradictions that reside within the globe Earth concept. These contradictions are going to make it obvious for all to see that the globe Earth theory is physically impossible. You can't have it both ways, guys.
Time and time again, the flat earthers always say, but can you feel the Earth move? Of course we can't, because we're in constant motion, which according to physics means we may as well be stationary. Constant uniform motion means we do not feel it. And it is the same as saying that we're not moving.
So Dan's just stated we're in constant uniform motion, and it's the same as saying we're not moving. But now listen to Dan as he has to address the other parts of the story that are associated with the globe Earth theory, the contradictions.
The orbital velocity of Earth gets faster and slower as it orbits the Sun because of its elliptical orbit.
Once more, sorry.
Time and time again, the flat earthers always say, but can you feel the Earth move? Of course we can't, because we're in constant motion, which according to physics means we may as well be stationary. Constant uniform motion means we do not feel it. And it is the same as saying that we're not moving. The orbital velocity of Earth gets faster and slower as it orbits the Sun because of its elliptical orbit.
So we've had the #1 online globe representative there highlight for everyone on Earth to see that the globe Earth theory is physically impossible, just based on its own stories, which contradict each other, and as a result highlight to even the most naive and gullible that the globe doesn't work. It can't be in constant uniform motion if it's speeding up and slowing down as it goes around the sun. Remember, we're only addressing a couple of the supposed speeds. We haven't even got to the silly speeds. We don't need to, because just what we've shown today has highlighted the globe's impossible. And it's only going to get worse now as I tried to get Dave Mckeegan to address what we've just seen here, to test him, to see if he was about truth and honour in his eyes. Because if he was, he'd want to get to the bottom of these contradictions, these problems for the concept that he defends online. So having had several comments ignored in the comment section, admittedly, of other people's videos, where I asked Dave to address what we've just seen, what I've just highlighted, and all the while Dave's been banging out ridiculous propaganda videos, I had to put it on him in his own comment section. Why aren't you highlighting Scimandan's lies? You've been asked several times to address it. Instead, you keep pumping out ridiculous propaganda videos like this. Dave's response: still awaiting your explanation of the EQ mount challenge. Now, I'm guessing that's a video he's done, but I think my response perfectly sums it up. Does your EQ mount refute physical reality? No, it doesn't. So why would I entertain something irrelevant to my claims? Will you be highlighting Dan's lies in a video? No. The EQ mount proves physical reality. It just disproves your idea of a reality, which is why you run away from it. Physical reality isn't an idea, Dave, and your EQ mount obviously doesn't prove something that's physically impossible. The fact you've gone this route rather than address Scimandan's lies is incredibly telling. None of these people are about truth. If they were, they would address the contradictions within the concept that they defend online. They can't do it. They get paid very handsome for it. So perhaps that creates a bias. But of course, it turns these individuals into grifters at the very least. We've had the Globe's #1 representative, and of course, another top boy, Dave Mckeegan here, highlight the template the top Globers use online, and it's not honesty. It's not truth. It's not truthful. It's not honest. When you want them to address the contradictions within the model, they want to talk about irrelevant stuff. They do not want to address the problems regarding the globe Earth concept. Because if they have to address the contradictions, they have to address the fact that globe Earth theory is physically impossible. They don't want to do that because the grift will be up. If you're on the fence, I pretty much spelled it out in the most simplistic form I can. The people who represent the globe aren't about truth. They can't physically demonstrate it. In fact, a lot of the time, they demonstrate how ridiculous the globe is, the very thing they defend, by highlighting the issues like the double standards, the contradictions. You cannot have it both ways, and we're only talking about 2 vectors there as opposed to all the other ones that go with the globe Earth concept. It just gets more and more ridiculous. The people that represent it are ridiculous. Granted, they get paid very handsome, which is why they do it. But they're defending things that are impossible, and as a result, they're pushing suffering on humanity. Whether they realise it now or they get to realise it later, I don't know. The game is up, the grift is up, the globe's physically impossible, and we've had Globies spell it out for everyone to see here. The tactics they use, the dishonest approach, and the contradictions that reside within this concept, and the fact those contradictions highlight for all to see that the globe's physically impossible. Can't spell it out any easier for you guys.